Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Penny's active this morning, and my blood pressure's up. I took another half a pill. I hope that helps. I haven't had no issues with it, but I know with stomach troubles that can be an issue, and the medicine that they give me burn a hole in my stomach. So I stopped taking that. But I'm glad that I'm over the pneumonia. I feel I am. I took a walk down to the nursing home and checked on my sister. But of course I could only look through her bedroom window and talk to her that way because, well, you know what happens when the big C comes around with these nursing homes. You can't get in or out, So she's in isolation, and she's supposed to come out Friday, so she don't look well. She's pasty white, and I did call in hospice to be able to get her some morphine to help her, which it has. But I'm ready about to fire them people. They're so morbid. Oh. Get her back in her room and back with her own girls that take care of her, and she'll do much better. There's so much that goes on in this world that unless you research it, you really don't realize it's going on until the last minute, and it just smacks you in the face, and you're like, when did this happen? How long has this been going on? And it affects our lives, all of our lives. And it's what's good for one person doesn't mean it's good for everybody. It's like some people, they have bad experience with certain foods, and other people can eat that food. We're all different. We're all individuals. It's like I was born with hip dysplasia. And, I could have humped up to it and been in a wheelchair by now and tolerated being poked and prodded by many doctors, but that wasn't the case with my parents. You didn't make excuses. You got up and done the best you could, no matter who you were, or didn't matter how smart you were. We follow what our parents tell us to do, So I pushed myself, and I had to find the better way of pushing myself. With limitations, you have to. And see, I can tell you, growing up, life taught me it was my choice. Sometimes you have to climb out of the place you were born in. None of us bargain for our lives. And it seems we kind of fall into it and have to do the best we can. See, I grew up, I never felt I had a home growing up. Yeah, I had a roof over my head, clothes, food. We weren't rich. No. And I was thankful I had a warm bed amongst all the chaos I grew up within. See, home was something I strived to have. It was my goal, always in my mind, a place my children could bring home friends and feel loved. I worked hard at school, and I read all I could. And I learned from my mistakes. After 3 children and a bad marriage, I decided to go back to school. I knew college was the only way I could pick myself up It was the only way I was going to be able to make a wage to support myself and my children. I didn't want to be a burden on my family. It was hard work, long hours, and little sleep. It introduced me to a whole different way of thinking. See, I grew up in a world with one point of view. My parents. A one-dimensional world. Seemed the whole family was like that. And if you stepped outside that world, you were being uppity, or thought you was better than someone else, or you were a goody two-shoes, or you were just stupid. But you have to go with what your heart tells you sometimes. See, college was multi-dimensional back then. So I asked myself now, do I want any of this one world government, or 15-minute cities, or the same wage as everyone else is making? No, I don't. I don't want to submit to changes until I research them. I've never been one to keep up with the Joneses, to fit in. See, I was a wallflower at school. I kept my mouth shut. Sometimes I'd pray no one even noticed I was sitting in a chair in the room. I just wanted to do my studies, listen to the one teacher told me that I was smart and I could do anything, because I had never heard that from anyone till I got her. And the thought that I could have something better in life, a goal, was a new concept to me. See, I've long been saying, as long as you make choices that don't harm anyone else, that you should have that choice to choose. See, our freedoms in the U.S. Constitution are there so we can be independent and resilient in life. Freedom is a responsibility. Any one way of thinking is confinement and not freedom. And I've always needed my independence. I needed to break out from a generational mold of doing the same thing your parents did, being no more or no less. I had to free myself. I had to learn what I could control or couldn't control. And one of the things that I had come across in my 20s was the Serenity Prayer. It says it all. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. See, in life, you got to forgive yourself, and you have to forgive others. That way, you can enhance what you do have going on for you. It's important for us to be ourselves, to be individuals. It's just like I've been saying. One diet for one person isn't going to work for another person. Our metabolism is different. Our way of learning is even different. Everybody learns a different way. Some people learn by hearing, some learn by sight, some learn by touch. And you're really blessed if you got a couple of them to help you learn about life. But I've found that if you find people that are like-minded, that want goals, that will mentor you to where you can reach them goals, and not always being the top dog. Just good, compatible friends that you can bring other people along with you. Because I think it's just natural for people. We want to help each other. And we have friends that are on YouTube that are so far away we can't help, and we want to. And you have to be careful what you say or what you think. It's got me to the point that I'm still that quiet girl in that chair at the back of the room, wishing things were different. Not for me, for them. And all I can do is try and be a friend and talk to them and pray for them. But then you see other people lying on other people and stirring the pot of you know what, because they like drama. And I don't have no room for drama in my life. It's not healthy, for one thing. But, you know, it's something when you're in the bed and you listen to all these YouTube channels and you start seeing them for what their drama is. And you ask yourself, well, why am I watching this person? Okay? Maybe you're watching it because they're a friend of another person you do love and respect. And sometimes you can just feel out of the loop watching them and wondering what happened and what's going on, and you can get protective. But it all takes me back to high school. And I think that's always going to be an imprint on my life. And I just got to be me. And I got to wish y'all the best. And watch from a distance. Love from a distance. And definitely pray for a lot of you. Because my heart isn't in what I'm seeing. Because I don't like anyone to suffer. And what I see the government is doing to the people that pay taxes, what the seniors and the vets are going through, and the homelessness, and how American citizens are second class now to foreigners. It's hard for me to watch that. It's hard for me to hear it. But I know I have to be prepared to deal with it my way. Because too many people don't even know what's going on. Don't want to know, I guess. Or they want to believe the world is all smiles and laughter. Nothing wrong with realizing you can be thankful for your life. Nothing wrong with that. But if you can make a difference in someone else's life, by being a friend, by caring, by helping them out, that's the people you keep around you. Try and find them people. It's not easy. Well, look at Penny. She enjoyed that walk down to the nursing home. I took her with me. And now she's ready for another one. So I'm going to get outside. I'm going to enjoy God's green earth. I'm going to try some of this grounding. I like to walk barefoot anyway, but I'm going to sit there and be in tune with nature and see what I can get done in my yard today. God bless you and have a good one. Bye-bye.